Hi, I'm Brock Johnson, and welcome to Svensk Nyhet. Swedish news in English, or your weekly Fika. That's right, all the news about Sweden in English from a 100% professional American. Big thanks to Andrew Austin for letting me host this on his channel. If you guys do like this content, please hit that like button so he knows to have me back in the future. Alright, on to our first story. As many of you Swedes know, and some people in America, this is the month where Sportlov is happening. Sportlov is the week where everybody gets a certain week off at school, depending on where they are in the country. Some places do it, every region does it differently. But see, we have a controversy with what's happening. See, there's a problem in Swedish society. This problem is, Swedes do not say excuse me. And this has led to an uptick of crashes all across Sweden. I brought this up before, and many Swedes have disagreed. But luckily, we had some investigative journalism. So here we'll show this clip that proves it. On to our next story. Nils van der Poel won the first speed skating gold in Sweden since 1998. Big congratulations to him. And it was a wonderful celebration, and so much so that the Prime Minister of Sweden actually called him, and they had the most Swedish conversation of all time. Super awkward.
Excuse me guys, Swedish Prime Minister.
Ja, ursäkta. Hej, det var Nils. Oj, vänta. Hej, nu är det Nils. Tack så mycket. Tack så mycket. Vad glad jag blir. Ja, men det känns jättebra. Det är kul för den där lilla grabben som hade drömmar om det här för 10 år sedan. Ja, det med. Men det får vi ta när det kommer. Nu ska jag käka tårta.
Ja, nu får du fira lite. Ja, först får du fira lite. Ja, härligt. Nu, vi är många som hejade på dig och jag har faktiskt laddat upp själv med kryssarna i skiten här på morgonen.
Åh, vad härligt. Vad kul.
Ja, jag ska göra likadant nästa gång om jag hinner.
Ja, vad kul. Vad glad jag blir.
Stort grattis. Ja.
Tack så jättemycket.
Det är många som är otroligt stolta nu idag.
Ja, men vad härligt. Vad glad jag blir. Hallå, jag är kvar. jag tror täckningen bröt.
Ja, det är bra. Men du, igen, stort grattis. Tack för att du fick prata med dig.
Tack ska du ha, Magdalena. Ta hand om dig.
Tack.
Hej.
That was the most forced conversation I've ever been. I mean, I was uncomfortable. At the very least, they should be able to have a couple beers first before they talk to one another. This is Sweden overall. On to our next story. Lots of tension between Russia and Sweden at the moment. Just a couple years ago, we had a Russian sub lurking in Stockholm. Now we got drones flying over nuclear bases. And it's led to a lot of tensions, and Sweden's trying to decide, should we join NATO? Should we stay out of NATO? And what do we do if Russia keeps escalating everything? So an interesting thing that's happening right now is they've been debating in Parliament, trying to come up with what to do. You know, it's always difficult for the Swedish government to all agree on something, but they had a unanimous decision. They have decided that if Russia escalates again, they are sending Laser Turkin to Russia. Let's see what he said about what he's going to do to Putin.
Jag ska klippa hans tung, klippa öron. Jag ska göra kaos med han. Sen efter det, jag ska ge han till polisen utan huvudet, du vet.
Sweden is going to be doing whatever they can to start banning fake news in Sweden. They see a problem with this with countries like Russia and just in general how it can be used against their own people. So props to you, Sweden, for battling fake news. But I have a serious question. If you don't have CNN here, how do you have fake news? I don't get it. Right? Am I right? No fake news? Sweden? On to our next story. A school was robbed here in Sweden. Our men robbed the school here in Sweden and took their computers. It's a horrible story. I'm super upset that it happened. I hope they get punished by the full extent of the law. The police are currently looking for them. But if there's any silver lining I can find with the story, is that the children finally have an excuse for why their homework isn't done. And on to our final story for the day. IKEA is going to be doing whatever they can to bring up the supply chains. As many of you know, there's issues in the United States with supply chains right now, in Europe, in Asia, everywhere you look, there's supply chains problems. So Sweden is doing whatever they can to ramp it up because the demand is there that it would be a lot of money for IKEA. Jack Peters went to an IKEA today in Sweden to talk to them about the supply chain issues and what they're working on. So he's nice enough to come on the phone, so we're just going to take a listen to him right now. Jack Peters, you can hear me, so why don't you just tell us a little bit about what happened?
Hi, so I've been talking to the nice folks here at IKEA, and they said to me that they're going to do whatever they can to get the supply chain up, to help everybody in America and globally due to the supply shortages.
So wonderful to hear that report from you, and I look forward to seeing you back in the United States when I go back at the end of this news program.
I gotta say, it's a wonderful place.
Yes?
But I got one issue. See,
What's that?
I haven't been able to find my way out.
What?
And I've been kind of stuck here for the last 3 months. Please send help.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Brock Johnson. We got to get back to our news report here. These are the stories and the roundups of what's happening in Sweden right now. I wish everybody a good sportlov, who's on sportlov and on vacation. I wish everybody a safe holiday. I'm going to go back to the United States, and I hope that Andrew Austin will let me back for the next episode of Weekly Fika. Well, I guess I technically still need a name for this. By the way, this was not hard to tie. So I'll see you guys in the next one.